Isn't it funny how something we were never given an option about is celebrated year to year? Something we go from wanting more and more of, to less and less, to simply cherishing the present one we have? At age 3, as a little girl, I grew up with Barbies and Disney princesses, all who appeared to be in their teenage years, wishing one day I would have their perfectly shaped eyes, artistically sculpted figure, and the hair that hung on their backs so perfectly straight. I grew up believing I would be given 3 wishes if I rubbed a lamp a magical genie lived in. That same year, I blew 3 wishes. I want to be older, I want to be prettier, and of course I wished for that new skipping rope I saw on television a few weeks prior. As time flew by, I was 17, spending my nights doing schoolwork, trying to figure out my future ahead of me, when I didn't even know what I wanted to eat for dinner that very night. Or being with my friends, wiping each other's tears over the heartbreak a stupid boy had thrown at us. Or laughing hysterically at things my parents would never find funny. Like a candle, my life seemed to be blown out that night. I experienced rejection from my first job interview, being talked about by that person who I thought was my best friend. Completely blinding myself that as time goes on, the flame of my candle does not weaken. Instead, it becomes stronger, as each lesson learned was a new candle to be lit. One by one, the amount of burning wax becomes greater, and the number of matches decreases. It seems that everyone reaches the point where the sky at night is just simply a sky, not a canvas of shooting stars able to be wished upon. I'll begin to wonder if Peter Pan's Neverland is still an option. If just like Wendy, I can pick up and go to a place where nothing will ever change from that point on. But yet that crocodile will still be standing in my way, reminding me that nothing is simple, and life will bite back. And just like that, another candle is added to my growing flame. The candles of my past will become so big, the only wish I will have is to slow down the flicker as the gust of wind we view as life issues threatens my flame. Each tiny, warm, lively bit of fire becomes a reality. You realize that the wax on the candles is dripping down the sides of what once stood so tall. It finally clicks in that this whole time, instead of wishing to be older, prettier, richer, this whole time I should have been wishing for more candles. For the last time I blow out my candles, and yet they are still alive. Maybe not to the average 3-year-old I once was to see, but instead to that 85-year-old woman I will one day be. Each candle will then represent every life I have hoped to touch, every difference I will have made, and every wish I have ever dreamt of coming true.